Well, she's a very pure and good person. I mean, probably the kindest person I've ever played. But I think she's very courageous at the same time. You know, she isn't weak or she isn't a sort of melting flower. I think that she's determined and proactive, and quite a modern girl for that time, to grow up without a mother, to simply be with. I think that speaks volumes about the kind of person that she is. I hope I don't relate to the character in Devil Wears Prada because she is crazy. So I would prefer to be associated with Gwen. Well, I think it is a monster movie, but it is layered with metaphors of the darkness that dwells within all of us, and how much do you allow it to thrive, how much can you control it. And I think what's integral to it is this rather tragic love story. It's almost got a Beauty and the Beast feel at the same time as being a monster movie. I think it's funny, there were a few challenges. I mean, I don't think it was as challenging for me as it was for Benicio, being in like 4 hours of that makeup. It was like hell. There was one day where he said to me, he was like, I feel like I'm being buried today. Like, it was like suffocating for him. So I don't think that I should moan about challenges because I wasn't up against it like he was. But, you know, I think it's tricky with a horror movie because you don't want it to be melodramatic, and you don't want the reactions and for your character to seem cliched in some way. I tried not to emulate something I'd seen in another horror movie of the damsel in distress, you know. So yeah, I think we all just made a decision to like submarine everything and like suppress all of the actors. I remember Anthony saying that to us. He was like, let's just submarine it. And so I think that's all what we tried to do. I've been writing since I was a kid, so it's not that easy in a long skirt. You know, I would have moments of panic where I was like, if I fall off now, I'm gonna get dragged. Like, I was like, this is gonna be really bad. My skirt will get attached and I'll be gone. So I don't know, it was like, I'd done a lot of horse riding. I'd done side saddle horse riding in another movie, so this was regular horse riding. And I'd ridden that horse before in Queen Victoria. I rode the same horse, and he's very nice, and he looked after me. I don't know, because I don't really love horror movies. I wouldn't say I'm first in line to go and see a horror movie, but I think something like Frankenstein or Dracula, like the really old versions of it, I really liked. You know, because there's something about the human struggle in them that I always find quite tragic about the monster movies. Loved it. It's usually the case, you know. It's usually the case that I'm the only girl on set because, you know, so often there are just less female roles. So you're usually in a movie where it's like one female part to every 5 male parts. So I'm very used to it. I've got Gulliver's Travels coming out with Jack Black, and I play a kind of dim-witted princess, which was fun. I've never played a princess before, so that was good. And then I've got The Adjustment Bureau with Matt Damon, which I just finished, which is a sci-fi thriller, and it's really clever. It's based on a Philip K. Dick novel, and I think I don't want to say too much about it, but it's sort of based on that idea of the Big Brother feel. Are we being watched? Are we being monitored? Does fate exist, or are our paths being manipulated by a higher power?